Can you hear that? It is pouring out there. But I got myself a new rain jacket, new waders, of course. I've had them for a little while. But let me show you what I have going on today. Many times I am remiss in explaining to you exactly what I'm using. I try to be informative, but you know, I'm the kind of guy that just wants to get out there and go fishing, film what I'm doing, and have you guys just see how I do things. So I appreciate the fact that a lot of you guys, you want to know, or probably most of you want to know what I'm using and how I'm using it, you know, precisely, not just seeing me use something. And that's my fault, because I'm not a real good instructor or teacher. You know, my dad always told me just to, you know, just go out and fish with him, and I needed to observe and learn what he did. So let me show you what I've got going on today. Now this is a very inexpensive rod. I think I picked this up at Cabela's for like 35, maybe 40 bucks. It's a Fenwick Eagle GT, or yeah, it's a GT, and it is 8 to 17 pound, I believe, 8 to 17 pounds. So it's a little stiff for us because it's so short. But anyway, I don't buy, like I said before, I don't buy expensive equipment. Now these reels, you hear that? It's a boat running up. Anyway, they're Okuma Epixer 40S. I bought these on sale. I think there were 2 for 45 bucks. No, 2 for like 60 bucks. So it was a good deal. So I bought 2 of them. They're working great, and I've used them for 2 years now without any problems. So inexpensive rods. I usually cover my rod, my cork handles, you know, with heat shrink that I get from Amazon. Real cheap stuff. I should say real inexpensive stuff, and it does make the grip a lot better and preserves the rod. Not that I really care about that anyway. So I do use High-Vis Power Pro 30-pound braid on all my main lines, and my Steelhead Top Shot is, I don't want to pull it all the way out there, but the Steelhead Top Shot is about 15 feet to 20 feet long, and it is 15-pound test, where my Salmon Top Shot is 20-pound test. And then I go to a smaller float when I'm fishing for steelhead. This is the Bomac medium size, a couple of corkies, bobber stopper here so you don't lose your float when you break off, and stick weights. So I'll either use the actual stick weights that have the inserted metal, you know, the metal, what do you call that? The metal eye that goes through it. You know, you can attach it on both sides. But what I do is, if it's too heavy or too long and it's not working or performing properly, I'll cut it off. And so I'll end up with 2 different weights. But anyway, if these are not big enough, what I'll do is I'll take just a regular pencil lead, crimp it down on one end, heat shrink it so it's still black, because I think that makes a big difference when you heat shrink your lead. That way it's stealthy. And then I've got the drop snap swivel, 3-way snap swivel here. And then my leaders are 12-pound test for steelhead with a single, this one has a single wide gap, double wide gap hook. I think I might have mentioned in my last video that I use the larger bead stoppers for all the beads, because the small ones get pulled through a lot, way too easy. I tried using sequins and a bobber stopper, you know, to stop this thing from sliding, but I didn't like it because it's not as natural. And they do move a little bit, you know, especially when you put some, you know, some scent on it, because it gets slippery and oily. But all you have to do is every time you cast it, just make sure it's in the right place and just move it on down. You don't have to do any fancy with sequins and, you know, and other bobber stoppers down there. It's just extra work for nothing. I'm going to stop at one spot that I like to pull plugs, and I'm going to pull this plug. Where'd you go? Right here. That is the NFL, I believe is what it is, the 3-inch NFL. And this is a mag lip. Get off of there. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember if this is Misty River or if it is Dr. Death, and it's 2.5. So those 2 plugs right there are the ones I'm going to be pulling through this one slot. And I'm also going to set up one of my coho rods with eggs, because I did bring some eggs. These are the coho eggs. You've seen those work really good. But I also did up some in borax of fire. I'm gonna have a little bit of an arsenal here. I'm gonna bobber dog a little bit with beads, a couple different colors, and then I'm gonna pull some plugs, bobber dog some eggs, and we'll see what we can do. I hope this little segment here of you know, my gear prep is not rambling on too much, and that's what I fear. I fear that I start talking about the gear and everything, you know, and then it takes away from the excitement of the video. I'm gonna gear up, get the boat in the water, and I will see you as I am drifting down. I'll see you on the water, okay? Wow, it's dark out here. Gloomy. Those are some shooting glasses that I have. Come on. And they lighten everything up, as you guys know. Probably know anyway. Don't need to have fancy fishing glasses to light everything up. I see those for sale sometimes. And just an old pair of shooting glasses do the same exact thing. I've had those for probably 40 years. They still work great. Oh, look at that, I'm not ready. I don't have my rod holders out or anything. Okay. Oh, see, it's pushing me over there already. Whoop, come on. There's a shallow part of the river here where you'll scrape at this water level. Okay, I'm gonna work my way over here. Okay, make sure my drag is set right. Pay attention to where the boat's going. That's important. So while that thing's back there plugging away, I'm just gonna slowly move the boat down, moving back and forth, trying to cover this stretch of water. Oh, you know what I forgot? Super gel. Ah, we gotta have that. The water is running at about 4,400 feet, I think. Somewhere around there. Half as much as it was the last 2 weeks when I came down. Okay, and the way I put this stuff on is I don't put it here in the front, because then the river's pushing against it and washing it off. I put it behind, like this, on the underside. That way it tends to last a little bit longer. Okay, now we're fishing. Got an NFL mag lip on there with some shrimp super gel. I could have another rod out, but really I don't like messing with two rods. If I can't catch a fish with one rod, then I can't catch a fish. I don't mind just having one rod out. So we're slowly gonna work through here and then Blue Creek. Yeah, let's see what happens. We either catch a fish or we don't, right? Okay, I had to take a little break and run back up 2.5 to 3 miles back to my place. I forget things every now and then, as I'm sure most people do. And I forgot a couple of extra batteries, spare batteries for my cameras. So had to make the run back up, because I know if I go down to Blue Creek and fish for 2 or 3 hours, I'm gonna run out of juice right at the time I catch a fish or something like that and screw the whole video up. Oh well. Nobody's perfect and never claimed I was. So we're back. I pull into the boat launch and my wife, as I'm walking up to the house, she says, "What'd you forget?" This month for us is going to be 34 years. Married for 34 years. It's a little bit of time. I met her fishing, believe it or not. I was going through a bad breakup, and good friend of mine, Dave Houston, decides he wants to take me fishing and get my mind off of life, you know. So back then, you know, I did a lot of bass fishing, and so we went to a little place called Elbow Lake in Thurston County, just outside of Yelm. It's a private lake now. You can't get to it, I don't believe. I think some Christian organization bought up all the land around it. When I went out there, when I met Kim, you know, 38 years ago, 38, 39 years ago, there was nothing there. It was just a lake. So we're out there bass fishing in my little John boat. I made a video in that John boat, and I was fishing on Harts Lake, I believe it was, but that's the same John boat I had when I was a kid, because I was my dad's boat, and I fished out of it when I was a child. But we're out there bass fishing, and I look over near my truck, and I had a 72 Jimmy, GMC Jimmy. I miss that thing, man. I really love that truck. But anyway, I look over there, and there's a vehicle parked next to my truck, and I look over there and I say, "Dave, do you see what I see?" He says, "Yeah." And I said, "There are 3 blondes over there next to my truck." He says, "Are you thinking what I'm thinking?" I said, "Yep." Pulled in our lines, I'm rowing the boat, you know, we go over there, and the rest is history. Yeah, how about that, huh? And before I came out here today, you know, we had a little bit of work to do, because when we came down late last night, we noticed that the place was completely dark, and one of our lights, our sodium vapor, high pressure sodium vapor light, had burned out. And so we go to Mossy Rock Hardware. They don't sell them. Don't even have them in stock. They can order them though. So I call Morton Hardware, and they don't have them either. And I find out they said they could possibly be banned, or they're working on banning them. And I'm thinking to myself, okay. So I could go on and on and on about banning products, but I won't, because this is a steelhead fishing video. Not a piss and moan about the state's stupid regulations video, right? So anyway, so we ordered them off Amazon. They'll be here in a day. Nonetheless, before I left the house, after driving around trying to find that stupid light bulb that's going to destroy the planet, she had to fill me up with breakfast. Boy, hot German sausage links, eggs over easy so the yolks are barely cooked, and jalapeno rye bread toast. Oh my gosh, yes. I threw it right into the tree. Okay, I figured I'd drift some eggs, bobber dog some eggs through this deep slot here. This is the awkward side of the boat for me. Came around this rock one year and there was a coyote down at the water. What is that? What is that? But I don't think that's a fish. Well, as you know, because you've been watching the video, no fish yet. But I think I'm going to pull it up and zip around the corner. We are in the general vicinity. Okay. Come on, get off in there. So let's drag some eggs through here, see if that works first. Since that's what I got on this rod. Yeah, the tips of my rods are got all tangled up, bouncing through those rapids. Those last couple turns, so I gotta pull over and straighten that out before I get down here too far. Okay, I just got my rods untangled. Got some new eggs on here. Right there. We're gonna head right over across the river here to the pump house log and then go around this guide here. I only see like 3 boats down there. That's the pump house log. That's the pump house, and that's a log. Now you know why I call it the pump house log. For no other reason. I'm gonna try and get right underneath it, just like that. Just get behind it. Probably lost my eggs. Sure of it. Positive of it. Put a bead on there. Before we get out of here. Okay, here we go. Let's catch a fish, folks. What do you say? I say let's catch a fish. How you doing? I have a real light weight on this one. And I want to give these eggs, give the fish a lot of time to come see these eggs. So it's a nice slow drift in the slow side of the river right now, especially at this current, this flow rate. So there's only two boats, 3 boats here, and this 2 are at the launcher taken out. It is a Saturday. It's the day before the Super Bowl. I'd imagine a lot of people, you know, didn't book fishing trips for this particular weekend because of the Super Bowl. That's why I decided to come down here and fish. I used to be a football fan, not a fanatic. But I used to watch football all the time, and over the years, what I learned is that it just, you waste a lot of time. Well, I shouldn't say waste, because, I mean, if you don't have anything better to do, then sure, sit around on a Sunday, drink beer, hang out with your buds. And so, that's not me anymore. That's not me anymore, especially after I went into business for myself, and opened up a real estate company. Actually, when I got my real estate license, I didn't have time to sit around on a Sunday to watch football. I was, attending listing appointments, listing homes, showing homes to buyers, making money. And so that's been now 33 years, 32, 33 years. Okay, I ran back up here to the pump house hole. All the guides are gone. So now I actually have the whole river to myself. So I've been drifting beads for the last 2 hours with nothing. So I figured I'd give it a shot with some eggs. Everybody's gone, except for like 3 bank fishermen. All the boats are gone, all the boats are gone, and the sky is gray, and the sky is gray. I bet you guys don't know who sings that. All the leaves are brown, all the leaves are brown, and the sky is gray. That's the mamas and the papas. I think what's really funny is I have to entertain myself out here, right? But when I look at the statistics on my YouTube views and stuff, and all the analytics, young kids don't watch my channel. There's nobody under the age of 15 or 17 or something like that. Nobody. And I don't blame them. I wouldn't watch myself either. But the majority of my viewers are older gentlemen. The majority of people that watch my videos are 35 years and older. 35 years and older. With the largest block, I think, being over 45, over maybe 50. I think it's pretty interesting. So I'm about ready to call one of these drifts my last drift, because I've made I don't even know how many drifts. I don't even know how long I've been here. It just seems like I've been here forever. And I know everybody's gone, and it's just me and the fish. And the way it looks, it's just me and one fish, and that one fish is somewhere here and I can't find him.
If you liked this video, be sure to check out our other videos where you'll join us on the ocean catching kings and silver salmon, lakes catching kokanee trout and landlocked coho. We'll also be working our riverfront homestead and harvesting venison. Stay tuned for more fishing and hunting and outdoor adventure videos. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell button so you get notifications of new uploads. Thank you for watching.